it's one thing to actually understand your purpose, but then it's another thing to actually understand the enterprise of making the most out of your purpose. So with us today is two amazing persons. Mr. Marvin Comey. Marvin Comey is the founder of 360 Leadership Network, an awesome person, um, an awesome personality, someone who I've known for some years now, and he's taught me humility. And I would keep on saying this. I met Marvin some years back in my days in the university, and then it has really been a journey personally to learn from someone who have seen build ideas or build things from ground up. And if we've been following a match series, the first thing we spoke about were actually answering the question about purpose, and then on the second day, our speaker spoke about overcoming fear, because sometimes the problem with some persons is that they actually understand their purpose, but then they lack the courage, the audacity to actually stand up to actually make use or utilize their purpose thereof. So today is going to be about creativity, because creativity is going to really help us in the long run to make the most of all we've got. God gave some five talents, gave some one, gave some four talents, but those who are able to utilize and invest and get the best out of the investment of the talent are those who are creative enough. So with us today is an amazing personality, the person of Esther Ojebamigbe. Welcome. It's very awesome to actually have you in the house today. And she's going to be talking about the topic of creativity. Esther Ojebamigbe is an intellect, a very creative personality, someone who's on persons called a girl of all talent or a lady of all talent. Esther Ojebamigbe is currently studying pharmacy at Cyprus and has won several academic awards. She is someone who has a vision and a mission to impact lives, build hope, bring joy, and utilize our God-given gifts to make all this possible. So with us today is someone who has actually tested what it means to be creative and make the most of her gifts. So please let's sit tight, put on our seatbelt, and listen to Esther pour out her wisdom to us today. So welcome. While we wait
Yeah,
for Esther to come, I think Mr. Marvin talking about the issue of creativity. How much or
yeah.
to what percentage can you equate it when it comes to looking at the story of success? How much of a role do you think creativity really plays? Like, how important do you think it is?
Uh, Thank you so much. And while we wait for Esther to come in, creativity is very, very critical. No matter how powerful your vision is and your purpose and whatever you want to do, and you are not creative around it, I tell you, you won't go far. You won't go far. No matter how you
Exactly.
can sing, you have a beautiful voice, you can sing, maybe you're a comedian, whatever it is that is inside of you that you want to bless your world with, and you lack the creative part of yourself, you can't go far. So creativity is something that we can't do without. Everybody has
Yeah.
to be creative
Yeah.
in whatever you
Exactly.
in whatever you are called to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to
Okay,
get
sorry
Esther.
about that. I don't know. I think the thing
All right.
was
Oh,
overlapping.
thank you. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
her in now.
Finally,
Okay.
finally, finally,
Yeah,
finally.
thank you so much for the
So let
opportunity,
let
Mr.
let
Otoban and Mr. Comey. I mean, this is really, really, I mean, a nice privilege. I mean, to be here on stage.
thank you.
So today, like,
Yeah.
we started this the
It's a quite
series
privilege.
and on purpose. So today we're going to be talking about the place of like creativity in the place of purpose. Like the first
Yeah.
today, Mr. Comey actually, I mean, nailed it. Talking about like purpose, then the second person talking about like fear. So now how can we use our creativity in the place of our purpose, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
First of all, yeah, mainly, what is creativity? Just break it down. Dismember creativity.
Yeah, before she starts, please Esther has been a very amazing young lady, and What really got us attracted to her was she has a YouTube channel. For those that doesn't know, she has a very thriving YouTube channel that is doing very well. And when we talk of creativity, she's a portrait of creativity. Because just like I said, you might have a powerful message for the world, but if you don't know how to put it out there, yeah, it's all a flop. So no matter how intelligent or whatever you think you are, and you are not creative enough to put your message in a way that the world will be grateful for and will appreciate, then there's nothing there about it. So she has been a portrait of creativity. She has been able to put out her message and pass it out in a way that society will be grateful for and society will appreciate. And she's coming here to bless us with her wealth of knowledge and with the things she has done and also help to unlock the creative genius in us. So over to you.
Thank you so much,
So over to
Mr.
you,
Toby.
Otome.
I mean, I really
Thank you.
appreciate this privilege and opportunity. So, okay, when we
Yes.
are talking about creativity, what is creativity? So, looking at the word creativity itself, I mean, the first six letters, you can see like the word create. Yeah. So when we're talking about creativity and we are diving into what it really entails, I mean, I would love to like define it as like having the ability. You have the tendency to, renovate, not to recreate your
Yeah,
ideas, the ideas you,
exactly.
and then you are able to use it through the resources that you have or that you have acquired in order to produce results and in order to provide solutions to human problems. So when we're not talking about creativity, okay, let's go to the originator of creativity now. Okay, let's take because me as I'm a Bible believer and I'm a lover of God. So when we look at the word creativity, we should be able to trace it down to the originator of creativity. I mean, the author of it, which is God. So God has shown us like the patterns of creativity, and he has given us the patterns to take because he has shown us the basics of it. So he expects us now, he has given us the resources to which we have to be creative. Okay, going back to the beginning of creation, when God made man in his own image, all that God created, when you look at it, that's in Genesis 1 that he says God looked at all that he made and he saw that it was good. And then he now made man in his own image, and he made woman now through the man to help the man. So when God now told them that they should go on and have dominion, they should be fruitful and multiply. So most times, when we think about being fruitful and multiply, when someone just tell you that, oh, let's say we should be fruitful and multiply, one woman side of us, what we want to think about is the reproduction. Like, okay, we are to give birth, I mean, just to produce children. But this is not only entails to like reproduction. When it says we should go and be fruitful and multiply, it applies to all areas and all fields of life. It applies to all areas
Yes.
and all fields of life when we are being creative. Now that's why you cannot just creativity itself is broad, so you cannot just divert it to one area. Okay, maybe most times when we hear creativity, we say, oh, this person can draw, this person can paint, this person can do this, oh, the person is so creative. But creativity applies to all field of life. Are we getting me? So when we talk now
Exactly.
about creativity, God, he has given us the resources. Like, okay, God can just come and be like, oh, this man, he needs to sit. Okay, let there be chairs, let there be tables, let him sit. But then God did not give us chairs and tables. I mean, he has provided the resources, trees. You can see that man now, out of our own creativity, we have to say, oh, we need something to sit on, we need something to be able to write on. Then man is now making use of the resources that have been given, which is the trees. Now man is now able to create, man is able to produce the chairs, the tables, in order to provide solutions to man's problem. God did not just give us buildings. I mean, out of our own man creativity, he puts it in the concrete, he puts it in the dirt. So we're able to bring buildings out of it. We need shoes to put on our feet. So he did not just give, okay, take these shoes and wear. So mass creativity now, make something that will be able to make us to work. So now, man, I think, oh, we can use the animal skin, we can take out of it, and then we can be creative enough to be able to make shoes. Now, to be able to walk in it. So God has already given us the resources. You know, Masmura said something. He said poverty is not the lack of resources, but is just lack of creativity. Because when we have the resources already, so it is in our own disposition now to make wise use of the resources in order to be creative enough to provide solutions to mass problem.
Wow.
So when we are talking about creativity, we cannot say creativity is a skill. We cannot just say it's a talent. So we can say it is incorporating into the two, whereby you are using your skills and your talents together now to produce results in order to solve man's problem. So when we say creativity, it's not just diverted to one area. It's not just diverted to one part or one aspect, but then it is broad. Creativity itself is so broad. Yeah, so if you get me, if I'll be able to like just say my own idea about creativity. So looking at like God now that has set down the pattern for us in which we are to follow, because there are principles to follow, and God has already set it down for us by making it, evident right from the beginning of creation. So now we can talk about creativity and then we can make wise use of it and produce results and solutions to man's problem.
Wow. This is what we call bass. You are just dropping it. You are just dropping. This is what we say. This is the beauty of when you're speaking from your reserve. You're speaking out of what this is what you do. You're not speaking to us based on what you read in a book or what a teacher taught you or whatever. You're saying what you do, and you are impacting it, and trying to let others know, and also roll on the same frequency as you are. Thank you so much. You really broadened our horizon tonight. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you. And we are quickly going to move. We have a lot to say, And also to our viewers, whatever you hear that resonates with you, I would like you to drop it in the comment section, whether you're watching on YouTube or on my own Facebook profile, or on the 360 Leadership Network Facebook page. Wherever you're watching from, just drop your comment. It will also appear here on the screen. Wherever you're watching us from, just drop your comment. Esther is on fire tonight. She's on fire. We can see we can see the passion coming out of her. I said something. I said passion is visible. People can see it. Passion is audible. People can hear it. Passion is infectious. People can catch your passion. And that's what Esther is pushing to us tonight. She's pushing out her passion. Creativity is what she does, is who she is. And we can feel it. I can feel the anointing, if I can say that. Thank you so much. So moving on, Esther, how can we tap into our store of creativity? What are the tools that we can use to bring out our creative genius? How can we tap? We know, just like you said, everybody has the potential to be creative. So how can we tap from that well of creativity? What are those things that we can do to bring it out, to push it out from like a volcanic eruption, and we put us in that pedestal of creative? So over to you now.
Okay, so how we can tap into our store of creativity? Actually, I have been listing some things. Just so that we are going to be expatiating it more. So I'm going to be using myself now as an example. I'll not just pick from.
You are a perfect example. You are a perfect example.
Yeah, so I'm going to be using how was I able to tap into my store of creativity? Okay, so using myself as an example, when I started YouTube, I created a channel, right? So I've already discovered my purpose, right? I've already discovered for those of you that don't know, You can check out my profile. My channel is there. I talked about how I discovered my purpose, how I was able to understand it, and how you can actually know
Yeah.
if truly you're fulfilling your purpose in God. I mean, because it's possible to be fulfilling
Mm,
your purpose in God and fulfilling your purpose out of God. So how you able to know it, you
exactly.
can check it out, and so you can subscribe to, because more amazing content are coming your way. So how
Please,
was I
guys,
able to
you have to subscribe to our channel. You have to subscribe. She's a gem.
Is
You have to
so
subscribe.
how was I able to tap into my store of creativity? I mean, starting up a YouTube channel, I mean, it was like a kind of a stepping stone for me. Although I've already understood my purpose, I was already working it because I was making use of other media platforms. I mean, I was using Facebook, I was using Instagram, because I've already like discovered my purpose. I did not just wake up one day and boom, I started a YouTube channel. Because if it happens like that, then I don't know how I'm able to sustain. You understand? I mean, so the
Thank
first thing
you.
to be able to tap into our store of creativity is that you must first of all sit and count the cost. So what I did
Thank
was that
you.
I sat to count the cost, and the Bible says that when Jesus was talking, I think that was in Luke, that he said, "Which man will want to build a house, and then you did not sit down and you did not count the cost of it? How will he be able to finish it?" So I sat down, count the cost. I mean, okay, what is this going to be about? Then I begin to add up knowledge. Okay, I begin to search out, okay, how can I do this? Although I've already have little ideas of like editing and the likes. Okay, how can I do this more? I was searching of, okay, how can I create, how can I set up my channel, what am I going to be doing there, how am I going to dish it out there for like people? I mean, you cannot just put just anything out for people. You just have to put out content, because what people are looking for is quality. I mean, quality. So I sat down, it took me time, then I begin to count the cost. Then from counting the cost now, you have to be a deep thinker. I mean, you have to be able to think, because the resources that have been given now, it is not in your hands to search out for informations. I begin to watch videos, I begin to research, okay, this, I
Mm,
begin to add up knowledge. If it's to read
mm,
books, you read books to be productive. So when you have started to count the cost, now you have to be a deep thinker to be able to tap into your resource of creativity. Now when I'm talking about the creativity, you are
so
you
so
are you are the
so
creativity
so
now
Esther,
is
let me
okay.
interrupt you. So from
Okay.
what you said, so the journey of creativity is not a journey that you can do all on your own. You have to get other knowledge as well, right?
Yes, exactly. You have to see, you
Mm,
have
go
to be
on,
able
go
to
on.
think, and oh, you have to add up knowledge. I mean,
Exactly.
in the way, I mean, in the same pattern of your
Mm,
purpose, though, because when you are already
mm,
passionate about something, okay, creativity now, your passion and your purpose is what will fuel your creativity, right?
mm.
Is what will fuel
Yeah.
it. When you have a passion or you have a purpose already, what God has assigned for you to do on this earth, you have a purpose already, so they will fuel your creativity. So now you will be looking out for, you research for, you add up knowledge, you be productive. How to tap into your store of creativity, so comes from being productive. Productivity is very, very important. I mean, you have to, look out for ideas, put your ideas into actions, right? You have to put up your ideas into actions in the place of being productive. And with this too, you'll be able to self-reflect. You have to be able to self-reflect. Okay, this step that I'm taking now, how is it going to like take me far with it? And from being productive like that, it goes to time management too. You're able to tap into your store of
Mm,
creativity, you have to be able to manage your time, make wise use of your time, because you cannot say, oh, you want to tap into your creativity and you are just there whiling away the time. I mean, whiling away time, not making wise use of the resources now that you have been given. So it comes from a place of cancel the cost, productive. You have to be you have to manage your time, know how to be productive, know how to like shut out distractions. I mean, I'm not trying to say we should not maybe joke, or I mean, me personally, I mean, I'm so intentional. You have to be intentional, because I've been so intentional about my schedules, because okay, it goes down to the place of delayed gratification, right? Okay, delayed gratification is,
Mm,
it talks about like you denying yourself of a pleasure at a particular time in order to have like a greater reward at the end of your task, right? At the end of your
mm,
task, that okay, you have made wise use of your time now. Okay, let's say for instance, now you have an
mm,
exam to write, and then you say, oh, let me just quickly watch this series, this movie series that I'm seeing, then later on I will watch my exam. So that the place of delayed gratification now is that, oh, why don't I study first? So when I study well, now I know that, okay, I'm okay with this studying, then I can, relax later. So in the place of delayed gratification, you are being productive at that point in time, then you'll be able to enjoy the reward much more later. So when we say we are
mm.
tapping into our store of creativity, you have to know how to make wise use of your time. You have to be productive, and you have to make wise use of opportunities too. That's why when you take the first step, right? When you take the first step and you're able to
Yeah.
self-reflect and it's bringing results, you will have more opportunities. Because starting with me, I mean, when I started editing, trying out edit, there are a lot of things I do not know. Me myself, I'm so shocked and surprised. I mean, I was like, okay, so I can actually do this, I can actually do that, and it's coming from the place of making wise use of my time, able to sit down to be productive. Okay, it's something I'm already passionate about, right? But then if you're not putting the hard work, then you're not going to have the results. So you have to be able to come to the place of putting the effort, putting the hard work in order to bring your creativity now into reality. And believe me, opportunities will come your way, because you are open now to opportunities, right? You will even be able to meet people that will be able to help you. Oh, you do this?
Mm,
Okay, let me. This is the. I know this person that know this. I mean, it even comes with connection on its own. Oh, I know this person that knows this. Okay, this is how you can do this more, and then you'll be able to like that you are progressing. You are not just at one point, you are not just fixed at a stage, you are moving. So
exactly.
personally, if I do a
Mm,
self-reflect, I mean, what I knew before and what I knew now, I mean, there is a difference, right? So I'll be able to add up knowledge now. Me being
exactly.
creative on my own, I'll be able to discover certain things. So I feel that's how we can actually tap into our store of creativity.
Exactly. Mm, thank you so much. You've said so many things in just one moment. Thank you so much. And you've broadened the concept of creativity and how we can tap from it. And one thing I got from you is when you talked about that as you progress in the journey, you begin to learn
Yes,
on it. Yes, you begin to
exactly.
learn on it. You know, I made a post today on my Facebook and I said, choose progress over perfection. You know, one thing that
Exactly.
also hinders the creative genius in people is because they want to be perfect first before they can start, and
Exactly.
it doesn't work that way. Yeah, you
Exactly.
wanted to say
And let me even
something?
chip in something. Yeah, we know Thomas
Okay.
Edison, right? Thomas Edison, this man that made the light bulb,
Yeah,
right? So I
that's
mean,
my course now. I'm an electrical engineer, so I know him.
yeah, he said something. When people were asking him, okay, how do you feel that you made 1,000 mistakes? He said, no, he didn't make 1,000. He just found the 1,000 ways of
Exactly.
producing the results. Now the result that he made, he found all
Mm,
other ways. Imagine if he had stopped. I mean, it also comes to like being progressive, and you are
mm,
committed to it. I mean, you are not giving up at the first
exactly.
stage, because you know that you have a long way to go. And
Exactly.
if you know that you have a long way to go, what you must carry must be deep.
Mm,
You must be filled.
exactly. Mm. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you start, and as you start, you progress. And you also talked about
Yeah,
how that your purpose discovery is the first thing because it
exactly.
gives you enough information and it gives you enough content to be able to go
Yeah,
on the journey.
well, your
Exactly. Because
creativity.
just like you said, before you go on a journey, you have to count your cost, like the Bible says that which man goes on a journey without counting his cost. So you have to count your cost, and part of counting your cost is discovering your purpose because it arms you with the
Exactly.
necessary tool. It helps you to persevere even in times of uncertainty. So purpose discovery is the first part of being creative, and that's what this whole series is about: purpose discovery. If you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd like you to subscribe to the 360 Leadership Network channel. There's so much that will be coming your way on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, I would like you to share this video, comment, whatever hits you. Make sure you comment and share this video to your friends and people around you to watch and also learn from this series. Before we go on to the next question, Esther, I would like to know more about your YouTube channel. What is it about your channel? What do you do? And what should people go there and
Okay.
expect to see? So just tell us a bit about your channel.
Okay, thank you so much, Sam. Okay, so basically, my channel is all about love, faith, lifestyle. I mean, vlogs. This is something I've been so passionate about, and this is all that I just love to, make videos out there for people to catch the moment, making vlogs now is like diverse, yeah. So I also love to talk about faith. I mean, my faith walk. If for those that have been following me, I mean, I've talked about my salvation experience. I love to like share my stories. I also share the story, how I broke a bone. You need to also see that. So I share my stories. I used to share my experience out there. It will also be about lifestyle. How it will just be like something. Okay, we're just the all in one, yeah. So, and I also talked about my purpose, and the purpose of the channel is just to bring hope, to bring encouragement, to bring joy to people out there. So like when I talked about my purpose there, and that is the main even purpose of the channel. So the potentials that God like has given me, the talents, I mean, the skills, even being creative too. So it's as a means of okay, bringing joy, bringing encouragement. I mean, a lot of we have a
Exactly.
discouraged world out
Mm,
there. We have people who have lost hope. I mean, their faith is disturbed. So it's to charge up
mm,
our faith, to
very true.
encourage us, and yeah, just to brighten up our mood and the legs, and yeah, a lot more. So we're just doing all kind of all in
Wow,
one.
wow, wow. Yeah, that
Yeah,
that that shows that you are a very, very creative person. So you have a way of bringing all these things together to bless your
ex-
world, to bless your world. Yeah. So like my message I always pass to people around me. You don't have 600 years to be here on Earth.
at
Life
all.
expectancy is reducing every day. So
Yeah,
make maximum use of every second you spend here on Earth. The earlier you discover your purpose and work in it, the better. The earlier you find out the things God wants you to do here on earth, the better. The earlier you release your flavor to the world, the better. So don't say, I don't have money, I don't have this. The moment you discover your purpose and you're ready to work in it, everything you need gravitates towards you. It's a natural law. The moment the earth sees that you are set and you are ready to bless your world with your flavor, with the things God has impacted in you, whatever you need, the resources, the connections, the people, everything you need naturally gravitates towards you. But you must take the first step. You must have faith enough to believe God and take the first step. And the moment you take the first step, I tell you, everything you need, everything you'll find them literally moving your way and helping you to become the best of what you can be. I told people, I said, we live in amazing times right now in our generation. This is one of the amazing times to be alive in the world. because you have the
Exactly.
internet, that you can leverage on to connect with people all over the world and bring out the best in you. You have the Facebook, you have the Instagram. I wonder what people do with their Facebook and their Instagram. These are the things you're supposed to do, bringing out your creativity. People, someone from America, from US can see and decide to partner with you and be a blessing. So the earlier you discover your purpose and start working in it, the better. So you bless your world with it. And I tell you, your generation will ever remain grateful that you came at such a time as this. So moving on, Esther, thank you so much, Esther. You've really been a blessing.
Thank
So if you're watching this video wherever, on Facebook, on YouTube, ensure you subscribe to the 360 Leadership Network channel. Ensure you also like our page and like this video, comment and share along to your friends and people around you so they can be blessed as well. Thank you so much. And Esther, I have this question for you, and I want you to
okay.
answer. Does environment affect creativity? Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because you
Um.
are you are Nigerian, but you're
Yes.
here in Cyprus. I'm also here in Cyprus. Yeah, we are both in Cyprus,
Yeah.
but you are far away from me. Oh. You are far at Left Cape. Yeah, at Left Kosher. So we're quite like 1 or 2 hours distance apart. So
Yeah.
does your location or your environment affect your creativity? Yeah. Well, if you were in Nigeria, where would you have been able to be doing the things you're doing now? Or is it because you came to Cyprus, that's why you started doing the things you're doing now? So does environment have impact on creativity? Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sam. So, environment. I mean, it's in one way has like affect. I mean, it has an impact on your creativity, and in another way, we can say your creativity can help. I mean, that is if your environment is not affecting it positively, if your environment is not affecting your creativity positively, then you now have, that is to which purpose now you are made, I mean, to fulfill in that particular environment, make it in a positive way. Yeah. So environment
Mm,
can affect your creativity in terms of like resources. When you don't have like adequate resources, so now it comes now in the place of relationship. I mean, you have to build adequate relationship with people. Yeah, because okay, the word now is the media world, right? And
yeah.
I mean, back home, I might not really be able to, I mean, based on a lot of maybe challenges of, oh, you're not able to connect to more people. But now the whole world is on I mean, social media. So you can
So
display,
there is no
see,
barrier.
there is no barrier, exactly. So when we are talking about relationship with people now, because most people they have this kind of knowledge that, oh, I don't need anybody to make it in life. God, I mean, even Joshua Sommer
It's
says
not
something nice. He
possible.
said, God answers men through men. So we all need man. I mean, God, it is man that God is.
Mm,
The scriptures also say something about the man's gift maketh room for him. I mean, and bringeth him before great man. So you
mm,
need like relationship with people. That's after you like build experiences, because you need experience too. And this is something like you
mm,
can work it on yourself, being able to connect with people. When you have good relationship with people, you'll be able to push your creativity, I mean, out there. It will not,
mm, mm,
the environment now will not be a barrier, because now you are trying to produce or even if environment wants to be like a barrier to you in that kind of place, you find the solution in accordance to your purpose in that environment that you find yourself. You look
mm.
for
Wow,
your
wow,
purpose
wow.
now, you walk in the ways of your purpose now, you look for it in that environment. Okay, how can my purpose fit into this environment? How can I make it into realization? How can I make it realistic in the environment that I find
So,
myself?
so, so, so what you're saying is that we have the ability to create the reality we want to see You don't need to depend
Exactly.
on anybody. You have the ability to enforce what you
Mm-hmm.
want to see. Oh, continue, continue. Wow, wow.
So I believe environment should not be a limitation if at all it's affecting. I mean, it might affect it in one way. Maybe we don't have enough resources. You don't have enough resources in the environment you find ourselves, but then it can be overcome. It should not be like a limitation. Yeah, because when your
Mm.
passion is fueling your creativity, you have more experience and be able to connect to the world out there.
Wow, wow, wow. That is powerful. You've hello, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Wow, you
Okay.
yeah, I can. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So
Thank
for what you're telling us is that there is no barrier at all.
Not
Yes,
at all.
environment cannot hamper your creativity. So everything rises and falls on you. And I think is it John Maxwell that made such a statement. He said leadership rises and falls on you. So your creativity and your ability to explore your world and bring out the best in you rises and falls on you. So you don't have anybody to blame. God created
Exactly.
everybody with the same ability of creativity. So if you see someone in Germany being very creative, you have that ability. You see someone in South Africa being very creative, you have that ability. You see someone in US being very creative, you have that ability. Wherever you are, you have the ability to be creative enough for the world to be grateful for. See, I have that there's a story of a young man, I think he's in Sierra Leone. What's that? Is it Kelvin Doe? His name is Kelvin Doe. You can say Sierra Leone, there's no, you have nothing to leverage on. There's no steady power supply. There are so many things that are negatives already that is ready to bring him down. But this young
Hmm.
man, despite everything that should be a disadvantage, he was able to turn it to an advantage. You can search that young man on YouTube, Kelvin Doe. He was able to use scrap metal, power of creativity, using scrap metals to produce a studio and a radio station. He was just, I think, 14 years out of them. And he created a radio station that served the community.
Oh.
And he gave himself a name, I think DJ Focus. And guess what? That radio station got an international recognition. Something he did from scrap going to pick from dustbin in Sierra Leone where there was no steady light, no nothing. He used batteries, created his own battery, his own inverter, just to be able to bring out his creativity. He got an
Mm,
international recognition. Not just that, he was invited by TEDx. For those of you that know TED, he was invited by TED to speak in the US, all expense paid because of what? His creativity. Not just that, he was given a scholarship to study in MIT.
wow.
Yeah, Massachusetts. He was given a scholarship to study here. So that's the power of creativity. So it doesn't respect your background or wherever you are. All you need is to rise above that mentality, and bring out the creativity in you. Everybody has the ability to be creative. Everybody has that. Today is Esther's day. I don't need to talk too much today. So Esther, yeah, thank you so much. You've said a lot.
Thank
You've said a lot. And for those watching us, I want you to drop in the comment section what is it that resonated with you? What is it that she said that 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 spoke so much to you? I want you to drop it in the comment section. If you have any question for Esther as well, do well to drop it. I can read your comments here. We'll ask her as well. Whatever question you have, drop it there. She will also answer your questions as we prepare to round up. So Esther, what other word do you have for us? What other last words do you have for those that are viewing us today? Over
Okay.
to you.
Thank you so much. I guess I'll just do like a recap and also try to add. So, in the place of fulfilling our purpose, like Mr. Comey, he has actually talked about like purpose, fulfilling your purpose. Because if you are on earth and you don't know that which you what you're living for, I mean, it's as if you are wasting time. And the earlier the better. The earlier we discover our purpose, the better is it for us to be able to be productive earlier enough, and it will really, I mean, take us far, take us a long way. So when we are talking about fulfilling our purpose, whether you have already discovered it and it's in the place of working on it, that you are now trying to understand your purpose, and you overcome fear, because that's like the second speaker that talks about overcoming fear in the place.
Mm, yeah.
Because when you have this passion, you have the purpose, you know that okay, it is God who has given it to you, and it's not just something that is there, you are passionate about it. That means a result will surely come out of it. You must have it at the
Mm,
back of your mind. No matter what, you cannot allow fear now to cover your eyes or blindfold, because you know that where you are going is far, and you have this purpose which must come into realization. So that is when it now fuels your creativity, because if you've not discovered your purpose, you cannot, I mean, the place of creativity cannot really make function, it cannot really manifest well. But then when you have your passion, you have your purpose, it fuels your creativity, because you know that okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, this I'm supposed to carry out, this is the vision that has been given to me, this is the purpose to which I must accomplish here on earth. And we have already seen it, like I said at the beginning, when we are talking about creativity. I mean, God has shown us He is the originator of creativity, He's our creator, right? Is the originator, and He has given us this pattern too. He has given us the set down principles and rules to follow, because He said we should go and be fruitful and multiply, we should have dominion, we should replenish the earth, right? So he's not telling us, so he has already given us these resources, right? He has given us the resources, so it is in our own ability now to be creative, to be able to put out our ideas, what is fueling our ideas, our skills through our talents, to be able to bring it into realization, to be able to provide results, and to be able to bring solutions now to man's problem. And it takes a lot. I mean, it takes your time, it takes your resources, I mean, it takes your energy, you have to take some risk, because you know that okay, the journey is far, and when you take a step, I mean, you are doing a self-reflect, and there is a result, you are getting results, it makes you to even be more productive. I mean, it makes you better, because now you are climbing, now you're able to do a self-reflect that okay, where I am yesterday is not where I am today, so I can do better, I can go. So because when you know that okay, the place you're going is far, I mean, you take it upon yourself, you deny yourself of some pleasures, you shut out some distractions. Okay, when I talked about like delayed gratification, you shut down some pleasures in order to okay, be being productive and to much more enjoy it later. So being creative, it takes your time, it takes commitment. I mean, it takes commitment, because you have to be committed to that which okay, you've set to do, and that's it. You are bringing your ideas to realization. So creativity is really broad. We cannot just say it is a one-way thing, that oh, this person doing this and then the person is being creative. So it's more or less like broad, to just bring out our ideas out there. I mean, because you need to connect to people, right? Because when I started my own making, for example, my channel now, when I started, I mean, there are a lot of things I didn't know, but as I begin to work on it, I begin to be like, think deep. Because your mindset too is very, very important in that. So you have to be a deep thinker to be able to bring solutions. Just bring out your ideas, the ideas that you have already, put them into realization. And it takes effort, it
wow.
takes hard work to it too, before we can see
Yeah.
results.
Wow.
So the place of creativity is
Wow.
actually
Exactly.
very,
Exactly.
very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have a trouble here now. We've been having a lot of network issue, but thank God you're
It's
back.
been it's been
So
it's been really difficult today. I must say it, but it has been really difficult today. But then, just as we've been saying today, if actually the word blown up was a person, I think I've actually met her in person. Esther has actually blown me off today, and it's been really really awesome. Even though I've
that's
been like
good.
struggling, even I've actually been struggling to piece it up together. She's like it goes beyond. It actually goes beyond the words she's saying. The most powerful thing I can actually say about her
Mm,
is the energy she's actually transmitting. She's actually transmitting energy such that by listening to
mm,
her, it's like you can understand the energy that powers the possibilities that she operates in. So I must really commend it. It's
mm,
it's it's been really really powerful. And then just
You
as we've
must.
been saying today, I think you said something about geography, whether it affects creativity, and then I must say that there's just no excuse. You've said it all. There's no single excuse. Like today, trying to connect to this event today has been really, really daunting. I had to shut down, try a different network provider, go as far as subscribing just to make sure I still be a part of it because there's always a very good excuse for having poor results. But then if we can push, I think each time we push into newer possibilities, it opens up new paradigms for us. For instance, you see the story of Joseph in the Bible. He served in this household of Potiphar, and then he grew in the household of Potiphar to a point where he was able to manage a household. Then he had an opportunity to be in prison. He grew to a point where he was able to manage people
able to
from
manage
different
people from
backgrounds, people
different
from
backgrounds.
different places, people who were miscreants. He was able to manage them. So it now elevated his ability and the kind of things he could do. So I feel like each time we push the boundaries of the things we can do, the fact that you can think it actually means you can actually become it. If you can think it, you can become it. I used to tell people things that we can't think about are simply things we can't become. For instance, I ask, there's this question we have often asked that some atheists normally ask, who created God? It's actually a question you can't think. As a result, it's a possibility you can become. So if it's something you can think, it's something you can become. So I've actually enjoyed today's session, and it's really bad that
Wow.
I've been struggling to
Exactly.
piece everything together. But the little things I've pieced together, talked about commitment, talked about productivity as a very important part of actually tapping into our creativity. Thank you very much, Esther, and thank you so much, Kumi,
Thank
Wow.
you
because you
so
Esther,
asked
much.
the right
Esther,
questions and brought
Esther,
out the right answers.
Thank you so
Esther,
much,
Esther,
sir.
Esther, Esther. Wow, Esther. Oh my wow. Oh my
Okay,
wow.
Pastor. Thank you so much,
Oh my
sir, for
wow.
the opportunity.
I don't know where to start from, and I don't know where to end. But from my heart, I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on the show. You're such a genius, and you're such. I have to give you a virtual hug right now.
Rachel
You're,
Hogg.
Thank God,
yes,
sir.
Sorry
Thank
for that.
you're such a genius and filled with so much knowledge. This is what we say that it's one thing to read about things and come out to say, and it's another thing to
Exactly.
actually speak out from who you are. That
Exactly.
you're
Exactly.
blessing the world with the wealth of who you are, your identity. It becomes very easy for it to come out, and it's very easy for people to catch. You can see the comment section. People are just dropping fire everywhere,
The
fire,
the
fire, fire,
energies
fire. The energy is beyond this is
on a new
beyond this
level.
world.
Atomic.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I told you this is supersonic. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Esther.
I think we all
It's
have
been a
what makes us
blessing.
unique, and that's what makes her unique.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I'm so
you.
glad that you're part of those that are using the energy in the right direction to
Direction,
impact the
yeah.
world. Like I said, and I will repeat it again, we don't have 600 years to be here on earth.
At all, at
Exactly.
The
all.
little time you have, maximize it.
It's
It's not
very
enough
important.
to just be playing around. The little time you have here on earth, put it to play, that people will be grateful that they came by you, and that someone like you existed, and they will be happy that they found you in their circle. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Esther. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I
so
think
much, sir. I
we
mean,
can let you
I'm
go now
excited to
Sorry.
because
I think I think a good example is saying Jesus versus Methuselah, 33 and a half years versus 969 years. So it's
you
a
can
very good
say that
example.
again.
I think
You
nobody's
can,
gonna forget that at
you can
all.
say that again.
Methuselah versus Jesus. We don't
No,
need to
not
live
at
forever
all.
at all. Yeah.
33 and
Thank you
it
very much.
depends how
It's not
many
how
years.
long you live, but it's
Seriously.
how
How
well
well
Jesus
exactly?
impacted the world. Jesus impacted the world in how many years? How many years, Oti? How many years?
Just in 33 years, that's just 3 years of active ministry. Just 3 years of active ministry.
Thank you. Just 3 years, and the world is yet to recover. And even our
Uh,
children that
It
is yet to
changed the
born,
world's
they are about
calendar.
Urban
you.
generation.
I'm telling
I
you.
mean,
I'm telling you. So you don't need to live for 100 years or 600 years, like I always say, for you to be impactful.
yeah,
No, the little time, the moment you discover your purpose and you are ready to fire, my
Exactly.
God,
Exactly.
nothing can stop you. Nothing
Yeah.
can stop
mm-hmm.
you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be on this journey with you, Esther. Thank you, everyone that is watching. If you
Thank
have
you
a
so much,
question for
sir.
Esther, we'll give you this time to drop. For those on the comment section, if you have a question for
So please, if
Esther,
you have to
oh, thank
drop.
you. Yeah, always we just answer the question about how many years did Jesus impact the world? 3 years. You just answer. You can
3 years
see
of
it
active
there now.
ministry.
Yeah, 3 years. So thank you so much. If you have a question for Esther, just drop it now while I do a bit of conclusion right now. And from what she said, one thing I want to also say is that we have to think out of the box. We are waiting for you for your question for her if you have any, so she can answer before she goes off the show. She's a very busy person. She's a pharmacist, so they're always very engaged. So we have to think out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of being in a box and limiting your capabilities and what you can think and what you
Exactly.
can do.
Exactly.
You need to think out of the box. There is so much outside of the box for you to do. So get your head out of the box. Your environment can be a box. The books you read can be a box. The people around you, your friends. I always talk about friends, association, because association determines your ascension. The friends you have determines whether you go up or you go down. So your
Exactly.
friends, your association can actually be a box that is keeping you, limiting you. Because there are certain things you tell them you want to do or you
That's
talk
true.
about, and they will tell you, you can't do it. That is not possible. So
Yeah.
edit
Yeah.
the friends you have, and it can be a part of your box. And also mix the unmixables. When you're talking about creativity, it
Yeah.
will have you bring together things that have not been brought together before. It will make you
Yeah.
do things that have not been ever done before. So be
Yeah.
ready to mix the unmixable. Things that
Yeah.
seems that will catch fire. Many of the
Yeah.
inventions we have today, just like she made mention of Thomas Edison, the bulb and all that, they brought
Yeah.
together things that the world never thought can be ever brought together. Read about
Yeah.
nanotechnology. Nanotechnology. You will see things that the world never thought would be able to come
Yeah.
together, but they brought them
Yeah.
together. In
Yeah.
military science and military technology and all that, things that people thought can
Yeah.
never be brought together were brought together. So you have to be ready
Yeah.
to mix the
Yeah.
mixable. And I also say, stay curious about everything. For you to be creative, you have to be curious. Try to find out how can this work? What is it about this? What is it about this? Stay curious all the time. It is one factor
Time.
for you to be creative. And also, don't wait for a perfect time. Like I said, choose progress over perfection. There's no perfect time.
Yeah.
Now is the time to be creative. And also, you have to be very, very bold, because creativity will have you do things. I think some questions are coming in. Let me check. Creativity will have you do things that people will not believe, but you have to be bold to force in what you want the world to believe. You have to be able to force it in and tell them, "This, I want this to be believed." I always say, when Steve Jobs got the iPad, people never believed that the iPad can be used and that people will ever use it. But he was able to
Mm-hmm.
force it in and told them, yes, People said it is an irregular shape and people have not seen it before and all that. But when it brought it in, people started using it, and that is it. So you have to be very bold and know that you have a voice and you have a flavor that the world will reckon with. I think I have more to say, but finally, I want to let you know that creativity is God's signature on us all. As long as you are a human in this world, it's a signature that God has on you, which is creativity. Our God is
Exactly.
a creative God, and
Yeah.
everybody born of God is creative. So you have
Mhm.
that creativity in you. Thank you so much, Esther. We have to let you go now.
Thank you
You've
so
done well.
much,
So
sir, for the
so
opportunity.
how can we meet you? And where can people meet you? What tell us your handle, your YouTube channel, your
Oh,
Instagram, your Facebook. How can we meet you? Yes.
okay. On my I mean my Facebook Esther Ojabamigbe Esther rather. Then on my YouTube, if on my Facebook, I mean you can find my YouTube link on my bio, my
Okay.
profile, my
Okay.
Facebook. So it's just take you directly to my YouTube channel, which is Esther Ojeba Migbe. Then on my Instagram, I'm Chris Tammy. I don't know if you can spell that. I'm Chris Tammy though. But then you
So
can see it.
I wondered why you are using that name. Oh.
The name is sorry for
Is it
another
that?
name. There is a the story
Okay,
behind
let me not go there. 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 Just continue.
yeah, but then you can still go through my YouTube to get through to my Instagram because I put my link to my under my videos how it can connect to my Instagram. So thank you so much
Okay.
for the opportunity, sir. I mean, this is really a privilege. I mean, I'm so grateful. Thank you for all that you let God do through you. I mean, this is a platform that is really blessing lives. A lot of people are so grateful for this. I mean, you're looking for this kind of opportunity that they can hear what can propel them to actually achieve their
Mm,
purpose out there, like to fulfill their purpose in God and to live out the life that God wants them to live. So thank you so
mm,
much, sir, for all that you let God do through you. I mean, this is
mm.
you are going great, you are going far. God is going to,
Amen.
take you so far behind your imagination. Thank you so much, sir.
Amen. 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 Thank you so much, Esther. I think we can let you go at this point. Thank you so
Okay.
much. And
All
have
right.
a blessed day. Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
This
Thank you, sir.
in Cyprus we say gule gule.
See you later.
Yeah, bye. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my God. Oti, are you with me or you're freezed? Oti, are you with me? Okay, okay. That's great. Wow. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you everybody for staying tuned up to this time. I'm so grateful. We are grateful for your time, support, for your comments, for your likes. We want you to share this video. We want you to like, to comment. Like I said, whatever resonates with you, whatever she said that touches you very well, ensure you comment, ensure you say it in the comment section and share your thoughts with us.
And this,
So
let me
so grateful
try
for your
still
time.
join.
Thank you so much for waiting. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I'm so grateful. My name is Komi Nenubare Marvin. You can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. My name is Komi_Marvin on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm the team lead for 360 Leadership Network. Watch out this page we have that we need to hear all on the journey of purpose, because it's my passion to see that persons are able to exhibit all that God has called them to be and everything that you can do. So that is my purpose, and also build people on personal development and leadership. So thank you so much for watching us for this time. I see you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your contribution. Like I said, watch out for other exciting things coming your way. Thank you so much. And until next time, I'm expecting to see you and share the good news to people around your circle. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.